I'm sitting here talking to my youngest son, Justin, about what we've seen, and I was describing like the airplane lights, the landing lights, whatever, that's round, or those lights up on that red antenna tree thing. These lights were like a dash. They were longer, a dash like in the sky, and then there was a slight break between each one of them. So it was like a unit, another unit, another unit, another unit. So it was not a round light in a space. It was like a dash up in the air in white light, and then a space, dark black space, and then another identical in a straight row. Is that what you remembered
Yeah,
seeing?
I remember the dots, and they were in a straight line. There were about 16 or 17 of them. There were quite a bit, and they were
But
coming.
they're not. They weren't dots. They were dashes. Like
Well, they
they were
were
lines.
coming towards us in
Sort
like a
of. Well, they're coming across from
straight
our left to our right, a,
straight
a
line.
little towards us, coming a bit towards us. But what I was going to say is when they went up to the into the clouds, or the lights individually went off, I couldn't tell. I don't know if there was clouds or not, but it's just like it was trailing up, and then I couldn't see the first one, the second one, like they started disappearing as it was going up further. So I don't know if it went behind clouds or they individually was shutting off the lights as they went back. Whatever the hell this thing was, is I'm like, I'm like, what are we looking at? What are we witnessing? What is this? And I often say, back in, I don't know, 63, somewhere in there, the SR-71 Blackbird was flying at 3 to 4 times the speed of sound, and we're just entering the jet age. So in my mind, this is 2023, all of the uh, technical advances and so forth, all of our computer systems. What are we flying now? This ain't no area 51 or nothing, but
No,
what are we flying now that we have no idea about? Could be top secret, experimental, obviously, so forth. But yeah, just put white light dashes, like white lights, but they were dashes, and then black spaces between them. And we don't remember 15,
it was like 15.
20
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. There was quite a
I'd
few.
say at least 15, somewhere in that
Yeah,
neighborhood. But he was over at my car trying to get his phone out with a little better camera, and I was over there trying to film with this one, and it couldn't pick up the light. And as I'm trying to film for you all, they just blink, 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 like it was going into a dark cloud or shutting off. I don't know, from the lead one back. So I'm like, we're both over here saying to ourselves, what did we witness? Did we see something that's, brand new, classified, top secret? You know, I'm going to try and do some searching on Google or anywhere and see if I can find any information on something like that.
yeah. So I've seen refuelers, and like the refuelers, they go over top, and then you have the plane underneath, and they refuel as they're going along in the air.
Yeah, this
Um,
wasn't that. It wasn't even
they were
close to
in a
that.
line, like they were connected,
Like one was pulling
and there
the
was
other.
like 15 or 16 of them in a line.
Yeah.
So it was different. And yeah, like I stated on the last video, we are near Fort Knox, but that doesn't. I was in the army, and I've never seen anything like that.
No, I've never seen anything. I mean, I watched history and all the videos and just everything of the modern jets, and I'm very interested in that. I was in the Air Force. He was in the Army, but uh, I love aircraft of every kind and the jets, and even stuff overseas and things. I keep up on that, but there's nothing like this. Absolutely nothing I could even remotely put together that would make that type of a direct line, dashes of white light on every single one, and spaces between, like a train flying through the air.
Yeah, pretty much very similar. Usually, if you're flying a jet, you'll hear them, but also you'll hear them like they're flying in a formation, typically the V formation. But they were in a straight line, and they
Yeah,
weren't moving slow a jet a plane does move pretty quick, but usually it takes a little bit of time. These were moving at a
much
decent
faster.
speed,
Yeah, like we said
and
in the other videos, not like a shooting star just going straight across the
yeah,
sky. It was coming
You
right
could see
along
it.
though. It was moving pretty good. And the aircraft flies over here all the time for UPS. They fly right over our house. This is their path they go through,
Yeah.
and they're pretty low. And I'm sure they probably reduce their speed because they're getting close to Louisville. But even the big jets and stuff during the day flying over, this thing was a fair bit quicker moving along. And it was high enough up that we probably didn't hear if there was a motor or something moving it. You know, we couldn't have heard that. But I'm telling you, folks, I'm not making this shit up. It was exciting. It was scary. It was like, what the hell is that? Is what we kept saying.
What's coming towards us?
Yeah, well, it was coming across.
and then going away.
Yeah. It stayed in the same direction, though. From our left to our right. It wasn't coming straight across from us, but it was going up and across to our right. Now, I don't say a couple, 10 miles away from us. And I don't know, 15, 20,000 feet in the air. So we were like, get the camera, and this thing wouldn't show it.
In my mind,
So disappointed.
In my mind, people are probably going to think like, oh, it was balloons tied together, 15 or 16 of them, and that was not. There were not balloons. Yes, I know, like balloons kind of reflect or whatever, but
No, absolutely not.
But that was.
This was a train of some
They were not
physical
balloons.
objects, craft, whatever you want to call it. It was in a direct line, and they were all identical. And man, I wish we could I had a better camera.
Yeah,
I haven't told my wife yet we come in here to get her, but she was asleep already. I'll tell her in the morning, but like I said, well, on the other videos, I don't know if I'm going to tell the grandkids because I don't want them to freak or anything. Because we love going outdoors and hunting, fishing, and do all kinds of stuff outdoors. They play at night out there, play basketball, so I don't want them to get upset or nervous about going out.
Yeah.
Just tell them maybe keep your eyes open when you see some crazy lights out there.
Yeah.
Let me know right away.
It was interesting.
All right, guys. Well, we just wanted to tell you, because I said in the other video, round landing lights, they were not. They were a straight lined, like a dash, if you will. And they were lit up individually and spaces in between them, but in a direct line, just like it was pulling it along like a train would down the tracks. But all right, we'll talk to you guys later. Let us know in the comments if you've seen anything like this. I don't care what state you're in. We're in Kentucky, but who knows where it might show up again. See you later.